Okay, hi. It's pretty windy today, and I do have my windows open because my apartment doesn't have AC. Not that we're quite ready for AC here. Getting off topic, and we're 20 seconds in, not even. Um, but it's pretty windy, and I have my windows open, so I do have my microphone on. So hopefully that helps. Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Laura. I am 30, and I live in a small town in northwestern Ontario, kind of close to the Manitoba border. And I make like home, productivity, lifestyle, a little bit of personal finance content here on YouTube. And I think I'm like getting close to my 6-month anniversary here on YouTube. So that's that. But this is our June monthly reset. And we're going to go through and check in on my May goals, set goals for June, cat hair. um, and then we'll check in on my May budget. And okay, hang on, we're gonna start with that section over. So we're going to check in on May goals, see how we did there, set goals for June. Then we're going to go through my cash envelopes because today is actually also a payday. So I'm going to throw my payday routine in here. It is May 31st. So, and then we'll go through the May budget, which is a doozy. I'll get into that whenever we get there, and then set a budget for June. And I really want to do a low spend month in June. So, except there's some things that are going to be conflicting with that. So we're going to chat over that while we do this. So I'm going to get to my May goals. Okay, so this month's focus was to get outside and moving fund. This ended up not happening, and I probably should have come back in and updated this because I had to change plans midway through the month. I need to have hip surgery. I need to have a hip scope. I have a torn labrum and some bony cysts and potentially some soft tissue cysts and stuff going on in my left hip. And with where I live, I had to drive the 5 hours to Winnipeg. I'm going to sneeze. I had to drive the 5 hours to Winnipeg, stay in a hotel, meet the surgeon, working on getting booked for the surgery later on this year. And that's that. So I did not save $1,000 to my moving fund. I did put $600 in it. So, or I will. I haven't done it yet. It'll auto come out of my bank account on Monday. I had been hoping to use the fact that May was a 3 paycheck month to contribute more to my moving fund. But I'm starting to think that I'm not getting the job that I kind of thought I had in the bag. And so I won't be moving as soon as I thought I was, which means that we can reshift the priorities back to where they were. And I think shift the focus from moving fund back to paying off credit card, continuing to slowly work on my moving fund. I wanted to save $200 to my emergency fund. I haven't touched today's paycheck, so we'll be doing that together. I did put $100 in, but then I emptied my emergency fund to cover like the hotel and stuff for the trip because I didn't have that much in my emergency fund. It's taken a few hits this year, so I think there's like $6.50 in it right now. But we're gonna work on it. And like, to me, an unexpected doctor's appointment that you have to travel 500 kilometers for one way is the perfect definition of an emergency. And the Ontario government has a program for people who live up here who have to travel hundreds, if not thousands, of kilometers to access specialty medical care. So I will get some reimbursement, and I've already filled out that form, and we're going to drop it off at the post office together in a bit. I wanted to start walking to work again. I did this once. I bought new shoes while I was in Winnipeg. There's no shoe stores around here. So I bought some new walking shoes, running shoes, whatever, tennis shoes, sneakers. I've lived in a lot of places that call them all of those things, and I get confused sometimes. So I'm hoping that those will make it easier to walk to work. I went on a walk yesterday and this morning, and my hip is not bothering me. So I'm hoping that's a good sign that I'll be able to start walking to work again. But the hip is definitely holding me back there. And then do 2 social things. I'm going to say that's a no. A whole bunch of no's this month, no checks off. I didn't want to spend the money on doing anything social whenever it came up that I was going to have to drive 1,000 kilometers and stay in a hotel and probably buy some clothes. So I didn't spend any money on social things. I also really wanted to clean out my car, and I did not do that. But what went well? Why is it? There we go. My doctor's appointment went very well. Appointment with surgeon went very well. Got all my questions answered. I'm on his list now, and he said he has a 4-month wait. So I didn't even think, whenever I heard that I was getting referred, I didn't even think I was going to hear from them at all until September. And then that my surgery would be like next year. And then whenever I got the call in May, they were like, "Can you come? Like, would you like to have surgery in the next 2 to 4 weeks?" And I was like, whoa. And that really stressed me out. So I'm actually very glad to have the time. I'm really appreciative of having the time. So my trip, oh, and my car. I have been, and I've said this before in different videos, my car has been such a source of stress since like last September. And it ran perfectly, pristinely the whole time, like the whole drive. Not a single issue. I did have to put air in the tires, but like she ran perfectly. So I feel like I can trust my car again. And then what else went well in May? Just like the weather actually changed, and it's, like actually warm here. Like I can finally wear my spring clothes. Um, what do I need to improve? I need to get better. I must get better at doing my physio exercises, because that'll really set me up for success whenever it comes to the surgery. Um, what do I need to improve? Planning YouTube content. So I did miss an upload this month, honestly, because I just didn't have anything to say. And I didn't want to make something that was pointless. Like you could argue that all of this is pointless, like all of social media is pointless, but I don't agree with that. And I just didn't have anything to say. And so I didn't post anything because I was like, I have nothing. I have nothing. Um I took this week off work. I was always planning to take a week off in May because it's a good break between like structure fire season and flood season, and then a break before wildfire season. And I think that has gone. And then I had to go to Winnipeg to see the doctor, so it ended up working out well. And I really needed it. I feel like my brain is functioning again. And what else do I need to improve? Screen time. Far, like, way too much time, particularly on TikTok. Things that I achieved, I largely managed to not think about work. I wasn't totally successful at it, but it was okay. And did I achieve anything else? I don't think so. No. things I learned in the month of May. That I really like Winnipeg. I think I might add it to the list of cities that I job search in because, like obviously one of the things that I don't love about this place is the length of winter, and that would be very similar in Winnipeg. However, their lilacs were already bloomed and ours are still just in buds. So it definitely would be a couple weeks shorter. And the cost of living is really quite reasonable there. Like I was on Facebook Marketplace looking for a gate leg table. I'll put a picture in here. And because Facebook Meta knows me, obviously, they were showing me all these like 1-2 bedroom apartments and they were cheaper than what I pay here. So I like, and like to buy an apartment looked reasonable. Like it seems like a city where property ownership wouldn't be a complete impossibility? So I learned that. And then what else did I learn in the month of May? Um, and then memories. Memories. I also, this is going to be in my outro because I did vlog the trip to Winnipeg, but Winnipeg is such an interesting city for me to visit because I was born there, or I was born in Stein. Like my parents lived in Steinbach, which is a small town about 40 minutes outside of Winnipeg, and it just every time I go to Winnipeg, I wonder like who I would be, what my life would have been like if we had never moved. Because I was 2, almost 3, but 2 whenever we moved away. So I don't remember living there at all. And like my mom talks about how she used to take me to the children's museum at the Forks, and like I ate dinner at the Forks, and like it's just nostalgia isn't the right word, but it almost is a sense of nostalgia because it feels like something, it feels like a place that I should know like the back of my hand, and I don't know it at all. So that's May. Let's go into June. So this month's focus is going to be thinking ahead. So this month I need to book flight and hotel for Angela and Ben's wedding in July. I want to save $400 to moving fund, and then we'll figure out the rest of the financial goals in the budget. But then in my other goals, I want to do physio exercises 5 times a week and finish 2 needlepoint projects. So whenever I was in Winnipeg, I went to a fabric store and they have 2 needlepoint stores actually, but I've only ever been to one. So I have threads to stitch some canvases that I haven't started yet, and then I have fabric to finish a bunch of projects that I have stitched. So I'm going to finish 2 needlepoint projects, and I'm going to start with one for myself, and then I'm going to move into the gifts just to like give myself a little bit of practice. So that is that. And now we're going to get my cash envelopes, empty them out, and then we'll get into the budget. I'm going to need to take a drink before this because it's a big month. It was big month. Okay, so for my cash envelopes, I have 8, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14.50 left. And I have $7.47 left in my coffee budget, so we're going to use that whenever we go for our little outdoor adventure this afternoon because and it's a very nice day and I want to. So oh my god. Okay. So let's start screen recording here. This is everything I spent in the month of May. So May was a 3-paycheck month. So paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3. I made some money at a yard sale, and then there was a deposit in my bank account from Ontario. Don't know what that's for, but it was there, and I'm not going to complain. And then I rolled over $974, and then I took $500 from my emergency fund to help cover some of the costs of going to Winnipeg. And then whenever I receive the grant back, I will put that into my emergency fund. So I did not spend, I made money on 4 days of the month, and I did not spend money on 10 days of the month. I would love to see that number a little bit higher, but I didn't set a goal for that this month. So all of my bills were on target except for car insurance. I got a speeding ticket last April. And because I didn't, I'm sorry, it must have been after April, last May, maybe, or June. And because I renew my car insurance annually, it didn't affect my car insurance until this renewal. And because I got a speeding ticket, my car insurance went up from $114.59 to $133.67. So don't get speeding tickets. Probably say don't speed. I also paid my taxes this month. I owed $527.36, and from that moving forward, I'm going to set up. I probably should have. I'm 30 years old. I should have already had a RRSP, which is one of the retirement account options that we have in Ontario or in Canada. 30 years old. I should have already had one. I didn't. So we're going to set that up, and hopefully that will, because like my accountants can't figure out why I owe taxes every year. Like I should be getting a little bit of a refund, they say, but the past, as long as I've worked here, except for the year that I moved here, because if you're moving for work, you can claim that as a deduction in Canada. So yeah, I'm going to set up an RRSP, and hopefully that means I won't be paying taxes next year. And it's, just a good thing to have. So I deposited $34 in rolled coins, and then I got $38.28 in some kind of provincial payment. Don't know what it is. I spent $834.48 on groceries in the month of May. Okay, moving on. I budgeted $150 for the cat, thinking that the only thing he would have this month would be his vet appointment, which I would have gone over budget on anyways because it was $204 yesterday. He's getting older, I know, for next year. And they do a travel clinic where they come here instead of me having to go to them. And there's a $25 fee for that travel clinic. So I'll have to play around on whether or not I think it's worth it. It definitely doesn't cost $25 to drive the hour to them, but is the stress on him and on me worth the $25 is something I'm going to have to think about. I'm leaning towards yes. He hates being in his carrier. He hates being in the car. And being in the car for an hour is a lot. And he's 17. And I also got 2 big bags of cat litter whenever I was in the city because they're literally half the price in Winnipeg and Thunder Bay than they are in Dryden. Like literally, they're $90 at the pet store in Dryden, and they're $48 at PetSmart. So yeah, and then a big thing of treats. I'm under budget pleasantly probably because gas was so. I got gas for $1.27 in Winnipeg. I have not seen gas for $1.27 a liter. Years? A decade? $1.27.6. So I filled up. It cost me $73 to fill up in Ontario whenever I filled up in Ontario, and then like $67 or something like that whenever I filled up in Manitoba. $73.39 and $59.19. Shut up. Okay. So I was under budget on gas, which was great, although I will not be budgeting that much for gas in the month of June because I'm not planning on going anywhere. I do, however, keep my car full in the summer because we live in an area that has the possibility of wildfires, and I will not be the person in line at the gas station if we need to evacuate. Will not do it. Nope. And the gas station could run dry in an emergency like that. So, like, won't be me. I'm currently under budget on coffee, even though I set an insane budget for coffee this month because I was going to the city, but then I didn't even actually buy any coffees in the city. I need to set a tight belt on this for the month of June because my new coworker is such a bad influence when it comes to coffee. And like the weather, all I want to do is go for a walk with a nice matcha. Like that's all I want to do. So yeah, so I've spent $112.53. We have $7.47 left. I'm going to spend that this afternoon on an iced matcha lemonade, and it will be $5.04. So really, that's $2 and something. Essential household. I did not buy any essential household supplies. I did buy some unessential household things, although I was arguing with myself. I went to IKEA whenever I was in Winnipeg because that's the closest one. They don't have one in Thunder Bay. And I bought a microwave cover to like stop splattering things all over my microwave. And I was arguing with myself about whether or not that was essential or not. But I concluded that my entire IKEA order was unessential. Fitness and sport. I signed up for spin classes for the month of May. Well, 1 week in April, 1 week in June. But I just put it in the May budget and it was $75. It was 6 weeks actually. I went over on eating out. Interesting. Okay, so I budgeted $150 knowing that I was going to the city. Spent $179.05. So let's see. Eating out, I ate out here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Okay, so if I had not eaten out in town at all, we would have definitely been under budget. So I think that's something. I think I need to give myself like $30 a month for eating out in town and then add that to if I'm leaving town. But we're not leaving town until like July. So, okay. Where was I? Eating out? Eating out. Yeah, here we are. So we went over there. Toiletries, I budgeted $50 and I spent $50.44. I think that is excellent budgeting. Makeup and fragrance, I didn't budget anything and I spent $31.54. I ran out of setting spray. I've been out of powder for like over a month. I should have done it whenever I did my Sephora order, but there's some makeup things that I just can't bring myself to like spend Sephora money on, and I just get them from Elf at Walmart. So that's brow stuff, powder, and setting spray. $31.54. I budgeted $100 for medicine and vitamins, and I only spent $32.30. I found a bottle of. I'm out of Advil, which I use as a part of my migraine management thing. But I found a bottle in my work desk, so I just added that to my bag, and that whenever I use that up, then I'll have to buy more Advil, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be in June. So this money's going to get spent, but right now it's fine. Car maintenance, I needed to put air in my tires. I didn't budget anything for that. The air was $2. Fine by me. Clothes. I bought a skirt and a dress off Poshmark. I spent $170 on a pair of running shoes, which I'm fine with because I've broken my foot. I've torn tendons and ligaments in my foot. I have a fucked up hip. I need good shoes if I'm going to be able to sustain my level of activity. And I didn't have good walking shoes. So while this was not budgeted for, I am fine with it. And I also bought a long sleeve bodysuit to wear under these kind of dresses for work. So non-essential home, I bought 2 pillow covers for my couch, which you will see later on. The microwave cover and an alarm clock, which I don't think, I might regret the alarm clock. The alarm is so quiet and the light is so bright. You can turn it off, as I learned last night though, but I'm not sure what I think of it yet. Travel, I budgeted $310 and I spent $333.94, $23.94 over. I think I'm okay with this. What else did I include in travel? Travel, sticker and patch. Oh, parking. I forgot to think about the fact that I was going to have to pay for parking in some spots of the city. Yeah. And then my hotel was $308. So I would have been right on for the hotel. I just forgot to think about like the other things that come with travel. Gifts and cards. I budgeted $50 for my mother for Mother's Day and her birthday. And I apologize to my mother, but I have not gotten her anything. I just couldn't, I couldn't think of what to get her. And everything felt like useless and pointless to give her, or like not worthy of getting her. And I was really struggling with spending any more money because I've already spent so much money this month. Bank fees, I budgeted $175. I was actually charged $187.78. So I was hoping that we could go down, and we are down from before, but I think I went down too much. Spending money, I budgeted $30 to buy the mic, and we were at $129.96. So what all got included in spending money? Microphone, $33.89. Books. Spent $70.10 on books. $14. Oh yeah, and then Summer House is almost over, so this will be the last month that I'm subscribed to Amazon Prime. So I'll set a reminder for myself to unsubscribe from Amazon. And I included both Stack TV to watch Summer House, which is $14.68, and then the actual base Amazon Prime is $11.29. And after spending $27 or whatever on it, you still have to watch ads. So definitely unsubscribing there. Craft supplies, I budgeted nothing. And then, like I said, I went to the fabric store and I went to a needlepoint store. I spent $153.76 on needlepoint supplies, but I do not need to buy needlepoint supplies for a very long time. So we're good there. I budgeted $20 for social. I did not do anything social. I budgeted $70 to get my hair cut, and it was $58.47. So we were under budget there. So total I budgeted to spend was $2,300, and I actually spent in my expenses category $3,086.24. So I was over budget by $786.24. And then here I'm going to do and I haven't moved that yet, but we will. Okay, so I put $100 into my emergency fund, and I'm almost wondering if I should delete this, but I did count it over here. So I'll just leave it because I ended up taking it almost immediately back out. $600 to my moving fund, $60 to my TFSA, and then I had wanted to start my RRSP this month, but that's going to be a June start for sure. My student loan comes out today, and it will be $300. My car loan was $308.79. I put $600 on my CIBC credit. Actually, did I include? Oh, I should include. I put $645. onto that credit card, and then I put $400 onto that credit card. So I spent way too much money in the month of May. Both my bills and my expenses were way over, but that's because I didn't budget for taxes in bills, and then my car insurance went up. So, June. All right, I'm going to leave. We don't have 3 paychecks in the month of June, sadly, so that's that. And my rollover is going to be 1,400-ish. So the bills automatically carries over. I do need to change my car insurance. What was my car insurance? $133.67. Okay, not sure. But apparently it's $122.97. Maybe it already came in the mail, because that's the only bill that I have that still comes in the mail. Everything else is going to stay the same. Or yeah, I've already increased my car insurance. Everything else is going to stay the same. And I don't think I have any annual bills this month. Groceries. I need to stick to 600. That's going to be my actually, I'm going to go back to my monthly goals. That's going to be my number one monthly goal. Caps lock. Stick to grocery budget. All caps. Montana, this man better need nothing this month. Gas, I'm gonna do, let's see, a full tank is 75, so I'm gonna do, or approximately 75. So I'm gonna do 75. Coffee, 40. And then essential household supplies, I always give myself 50. Same for toiletries. Okay, there is still room. So I'm gonna go through my budget, and then we'll see if I can make that 113 work. Eating out, I want to be able to like get an ice cream and like stuff like that. So I'm going to do 30 here. Makeup and fragrance, that better be 0 this month. I mean it this time. I'm going to do 70 here because that's approximately how much a bottle of Advil is. My driver's side car window is held together by literal duct tape. I really want to get it fixed. We'll see. We'll circle back. I'm in such a weird spot for clothes because, like, I really need a couple of tops for work, and I could not find any whenever I was in Winnipeg. And I really need some new activewear. Again, we'll come back here. No non-essential home stuff. Nuh-uh. Travel, I need to book my flight. I'm going to give myself 300 for that. Gifts and cards. Come back to that because I might go ahead and buy their wedding present this month. Tech. I would really love to upgrade my phone, but we're going to do 0. I'm going to do 180 in bank fees, or sorry, not in fines. Bank fees. Spending money. No, because we're doing a low spend. So that is 0. Craft supplies is going to be 0. Social, 20. Entertainment, 0. Hair, I'm getting my bangs trimmed, so I'm going to do 7. Work reimbursable. I don't budget anything there. Okay. So this is going to go down to 400, and this is going to go down to 40. What I'm going to do is my paycheck planning section. I do need my phone for that, so I will not be filming that until after I figure it out. Sometimes I find whenever I break it down paycheck by paycheck, then I can think, you know? So I'm going to do that now. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've done my paycheck planning for the month, and I've e-transferred myself $240. That's going to be my grocery and coffee money for the next 2 weeks. And then I still need to play around, I think, with the budget a little bit more. I think I need to look up a little bit more exactly how much flights are going to be. And yeah, I need to sit with this for a little while longer. So I might come back to you guys a little bit later on and see. I have decided that I am not going to go ahead and buy the wedding gift this month. I think I'll just buy the flights this month and book the hotel, but then the hotel will get charged in July, of course. I'm not, sadly, going to be fixing my window this month. So the only things left to figure out are if, now that I have a couple things in my wardrobe, if I can make it through the work week with what I have, or if I still think I need a couple tops. We'll figure that out. And then I'm also going to think about those bar classes today. I feel like I need to register for them today or tomorrow so she can get an accurate count. So that's going to be that. Those are going to be the things that I'm thinking about. Next steps, we're going to strip my couch cushions, just the seat cushions, not all the cushions, put them in the wash, go for a walk, withdraw the cash, put my envelope in the mail, check my mail, and then get a coffee, come back, eat some lunch, flip the couch cushions, and clean out the fridge are our next things that we're going to do. So tag along if you'd like. 2 of them. I would like more. It is way too windy to wear a dress like this, and it's way too windy to have your hair down. Okay. So, went to the post office. Got my cash and my coffee. The line at the bank was actually so long. So, because, so whenever I did my May budget, I did $150 for the 3 paychecks for Montana's vet visit. So I don't have $50 this time to put into his little savings fund. Because like I used it yesterday, even though I didn't have it yet, technically. So I took out $240, and we're gonna have $40 for coffee, and this is my month of coffee, and then $200 for this pay period's groceries. So I put it in my little groceries envelope, and then I'm not gonna buy any gas this pay period, I don't think. And then 40 into my coffee. I think I need, oh, there, I do have a home, okay. So I think what I'm also going to start doing, I need a toiletries envelope. And I have a Montana envelope. I've got groceries, gas, coffee, spending money, eating out, home. I want to start like I do with Montana. I put $50 into his envelope every paycheck. Since I put aside $50 in my budget every month for essential home stuff, I think I'm going to start taking that out and putting it in here. And then whenever I do something like I need to buy a new mattress or new pillows or whatever, then I'll just like have the cash on hand and I can pull from it. And same for whenever I'm buying laundry detergent or dish soap. Sponges. I have to buy sponges. So I'm actually a bit nervous for this because I'm pretty sure these inserts are 18 by 18 and the cushion covers are 20 by 20. And for that like really stuffed pillow look, you actually want a pillow that's bigger than your cushion cover. So like ideally I would have a 22-inch cushion inside this 20-inch square pillowcase, but these are really cute, actually. And I just wanted to see how they would work, and I can always order 22-inch cushions if I need to. Yeah, this is going in way too easily. Yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. Oh, but that's cute. Okay. I'm still really in it. I really wanted cushions on this couch. It just feels like something's been missing for a while. This is adorable. So at some point in the next couple months, we'll get some 22-inch cushions to go in these. And then it will be stinking adorable. So the very last thing I had on my list to do for my monthly reset was to clean out the fridge. However, I think my fridge is too full to do a clean out of. So I might come back to this at the end of the weekend and see if I've managed to eat my way through most of this before my next shop, and then we'll go from there. I did, however, deal with the disgusting lettuce and the disgusting cucumber that I had in here earlier because I wasn't going to film that because it was just too gross. So yeah. So with that, that is the monthly reset complete. Thank you so much for coming along with me, and I haven't come to any conclusions yet about that fitness class that I want to do. Shh. The cat's being very annoying and needy. I really like my new cushions, and that's where we're going to leave it for now because I don't know. I need to figure out some of the budget stuff for the month of June, and maybe I'll do a check-in, like a mid-month money check-in or something like that. So we'll see what happens in the month of June, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.